I'm going to talk about something that I really wish someone would have told me before I started transitioning. My name is Ashton Colby. I am transgender. I've been transitioning for about over 7 years now, about 7.5 years. And I also just happen to be a yoga and meditation teacher, and it's really something that I like to tell people at the beginning of the videos because it's influenced so much about my gender transition. You wouldn't even believe it. So I got top surgery about a year after I started taking testosterone, and after I had gotten top surgery, I just kind of waited about 6 months or so until my results kind of settled down and my scars kind of settled down and everything like that. And I waited another 6 months, and I was still not as happy as I thought I was going to be after I got all those changes. I had a facial hair and I had a flat chest now, and I was still really depressed, and I didn't know what to do about it. I kind of contemplated, should I get a hysterectomy? Should I get bottom surgery? What else do I need? And the reality was I had no skills for emotional resilience. I had been listening to the story that a lot of people have, which is when I get the next job, when I get the next relationship, or when I get the new house or new car, or whatever it is, hi doggy, then I'm going to be happy. And before you hit the dislike button, I will always say that gender transition was the most beautiful catalyst for so many incredible things in my life. It has greatly improved the quality of my life, and I will stand by the fact that I am happier and healthier than I've ever been in my life. I love my facial hair, I love my top surgery, all of that. And it was also a case where I really didn't have the skills to cultivate any sense of gratitude for the things that were working in my life. I didn't have any inner connection or any ability to find a sense of inner peace or inner stillness with who I was beyond just the physical changes of gender transition. Ultimately, the physical changes were just a catalyst. They were just a catalyst to recognize that yes, they're so important and they're so helpful and they improve the quality of my life so much, but ultimately they were just the beginning of so much things that were deeper, so many things that were so much deeper. I had to realize that I'm so much more than my body. I have to realize that being of service to other people and having a dream of being of service to greater people is ultimately what is going to be fulfilling long-term beyond any of the physical changes. And that I had to learn how to regulate my nervous system, my parasympathetic and my sympathetic nervous system. We have this narrative that you have to be in a constant state of hating your body or feeling like you're born in the wrong body or whatever. And those narratives that we've internalized as transgender people don't just magically go away after you get surgery. You really have to recognize that those narratives are stored in your body. And what are some skills that you can learn to regulate the fact that you don't always have to be in this constant state of fight or flight with your body, just because you're transgender? So your sympathetic nervous system is the nervous system that gets activated when you maybe see a spider. You're oh, I gotta jump, I gotta get away from that. That's your sympathetic nervous system. It's sympathetic to the outside world, and it's turning on your fight or flight, and it's saying there's a danger, do something about that, and here's a jolt of energy to go deal with that, to either run or fight that or whatever. And it's beautiful. We should honor that because it does keep us safe in a lot of ways. But most people don't realize that there's also the parasympathetic nervous system. It's your rest and digest system. And you have the ability to recognize that you can take deep breaths And when your exhale is longer than your inhale, you're making a conscious choice to tell your body, tell your nervous system, like, there's no immediate danger, I'm perfectly safe right now, and I'm going to calm down. As well as bringing awareness to your feet, getting grounded in your feet, just in whatever way feels safe to you, bringing sensation into the body in whatever way feels safe to you. Maybe it's just wiggling your toes. Maybe it's just kind of just rubbing your fingers. Maybe it's just kind of just rubbing a button on your shirt. Maybe it's just kind of naming some colors that you see around the room. Whatever helps you to get present in the moment. Sometimes I will stack my hands on my desk and just for a couple breaths just kind of breathe and put pressure on my forehead. So kind of like lean my head down on my desk on my hands stacked. And pressure on the forehead can help, just kind of tell your body, like, okay, there's no immediate danger. Because you think, like, if you're in this position, like, and you've consciously chosen to be in this position, like, where your forehead has pressure on it, like, there's probably not a lot of immediate danger, or you would have chosen to be more up and alert. So there's ways that you can, choose to consciously calm your body down, turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, regulate that, and cultivate an inner sense of presence and peace in your body. I didn't know any of these things. I mean, I had to become a yoga teacher to learn all of these things and really unpack all the toxic narratives that said I couldn't be present in my body. And so my ultimate key with this video is don't wait till you get top surgery. Don't wait till you're on hormones and all of that to think that you're ultimately gonna like magically have this sustainable joy for the rest of your life just because you get surgery. Like, there's things that you have to figure out internally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, to unpack the narratives that you're not good enough, and unpack the narratives that ultimately you have to figure out a bigger vision for your life beyond gender transition. I don't say that to devalue gender transition. I think it's a beautiful, incredible catalyst. And also, as transgender people, whatever narratives are holding us back, that we're not good enough, that we can't be anything more than just a transgender person. Like, there are so many ways you can be of service. There's so many dreams that you have in your life. There's so many bigger visions that if you would tap into it, you could accomplish, and you could see the bigger vision for your life beyond gender transition. And that beautiful pull of like being of service and being creative and all of that's available to you. And if you got to go through the physical changes of transition to get to the point where like then you realize, okay, I'm bigger than my body, I'm a spiritual being having a temporary human experience, and I have so much more to give in this world, and it can be of service through your transgender experience. I talk about my transgender experience, and it just, it's not to discredit that, it's just that you are so much more than that. And I wish somebody would have told me, like, it's okay to have that post-op depression, and I don't have to have shame about it, and that there's also things I can do, and that I really like the physical changes are a catalyst, and I need to integrate my physical changes with my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, and learn that I have to cultivate an inner sense of stillness and have a spiritual practice and have a vision of service beyond, myself, be bigger than myself, in order to have long-lasting fulfillment, and that I have to work on my interpersonal relationships, and I have to learn to unpack all the toxic narratives that are way beyond when I even came out, transition. It was things I picked up as a childhood, that I'm not good enough, and all that. Unpacking all those narratives are so important. You have to do the work, the internal work, if you want this to be a sustainable sense of happiness. It's totally possible. I do it. I'm a living proof of it, that you can get to that place where there is sustainable happiness. But top surgery in itself, hormones in itself, those are just catalysts. They're not the key to sustainable happiness. So they're beautiful. They're incredible. I will always honor and have gratitude for that. But learning that I have to unpack the whatever fear-based narratives I've internalized in my life. I'm bigger than that. I can have gratitude, and I can't be in a state of fear and gratitude at the same time. And whatever ways I can have the tiniest sense of gratitude every day, that's the key. That's the key. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Ashton James Colby. You can watch my TEDx talk below. I'll leave a link. I talk more about my gender transition and all the things that I just talked to you about. If you have any questions, leave them below. Let's start rocking out more videos. Let's start making this happen. And I love you. Stay awesome. Have a great rest of your day. You literally can accomplish anything that you want. Your thoughts become your reality, and you get to choose if you want to have an incredible life. It's so within your reach. You can do anything you want in the world and create and manifest. Like, if you would have seen my life like 3 years ago, it was shit compared to the beautiful life that I'm living now. So listen to that inner voice that wants you to feel better and feel good. Follow that. Always tap into it, tune into it, and stay awesome. You already are awesome. Have a great rest of your day.